Okay, this is the last race. You saw in the last one I came in, on the third one I came in 14. I must admit, right now I need new legs. My legs are tired. I'm exhausted. Um, the only caveat to this is I feel like everyone else is tired too. So when I'm doing this race on this last one, I try to go, whew, everyone else is tired. Everyone else is ready to go. Everyone else is there to push through. I'm trying to never take a break in between these races unless I do it 2 or 3 of them in a day, where I do this set here and I do another set around noontime or 3 o'clock. I do the next set, but outside of that, I must run these four, and I'm gonna run them Saturday mornings at 5 o'clock. That's my goal, to run these races each time. So here I am warming up and getting ready, and I know from now on I'm not gonna race on Friday. It'll be a Thursday race, and then I'll just ride Friday. But here's the countdown: is 7, 6, 5, 4. We're getting ready to rev up, come out of here. I don't know what this race is, but from now on I know with jungles, I will switch bikes. Anytime it says jungle or sand, I'm finding me a gravel bike and go on with it. So we're off. And I'm thinking to myself, I have enough power to get out in front. Last time I tried to ride with the pack, we'll never do that again. I will try to get out ahead of the pack and just take off. Now, pack riding is essential when you're racing Class B and Class A, because you want the drift, you want the line to stay with the pack. You want to be with the pack. You don't want to get out in front of the pack, but being the pace setter for that, because you're looking for a fight. So as I get out on this one, though, I think to myself, I'm getting in front of the pack. I'm not playing them. I'm gonna get ahead of these guys, and I'm just gonna drill. And I saw one person say this is going to the downhill, which for the most part this is not a hard race, this last one. This is one that if I had a little bit more energy and the right setup, my setup is totally wrong for this. There's no way around it. If ands, buts, or buts. This bike is not set up. This is a street, almost a time trial bike for me. And this bike is not set up for this race. And as I come through this, I notice that, this is seeming kind of good. I feel great about it. I'm on the other side of the mountain. I'm coming down the hill. I'm 1:11 in. And I'm feeling great about the ride right now. But I'm noticing that this is gravel. Was it gravel on this? Yeah, this is getting ready to go into gravel. That's what it was. This thing is gonna go into gravel. And when it hits the gravel, it's not good. Especially for my last race. And as you can see, it's 29 people in this race, and I'm number 1 with 3 miles left. But this is a gravel, and it's downhill. I'm going, okay, maybe it's a downhill for the next 2 miles. And if it is, I can rest my legs and push through at the end of the thing. Maybe we come up out of this gravel. But I remember then that it said jump. So that means that most likely this thing is going to be a mud pit the rest of the way. And I think with that thought in my head and my legs feeling like they were feeling, I just went into survival mode now. I just want to survive this 4th race. Even though I'm in 1st place and I'm riding, I'm in total survival. My legs are jelly. So I have to admit that. I have to honestly be honest with myself and say my legs are not there right now in this race. But I'm in complete survival mode. I don't want to come in last. I want to try to stay 1st, but I know that's going to be impossible for me right now with the setup I have. So as I get past this first initial group past me, I decided that I'm just going to try to maintain this speed where I'm at and just get through this. And it's not the speed, it's the bike, the setup that I have. It's not built for that. Now, if I had the Tron bike, I could be set up for anything. I think the Tron bike is set up for everything. So once I do get to the Tron bike, I can ride that bike exclusively and pretty much be set up for every race I'm in. That bike, I think, if I'm not wrong, I may be giving that bike too much credit, but if I'm correct, that bike will allow me to be competitive in every service that I'm in. And that's what I want. It's the nuances that I'm trying to learn to Zwift with the bike setup and the bike mechanics. Because I watch people do. Zwift Insider is very good at that. That's why I do the Zwift Insider. I want to be a part of the Zwift Insider team, or whatever. When they, whatever goes on with that, it's because the race is they have nuances telling me what the bikes are doing. They have like take a bike and set it up a certain way, and they'll race it around a track, and then race it with another bike, and they have the computer run the race at the same weight, same thing, and it shows the difference in what the bikes do. And I think every time they did something, the Tron bike was always number 1, 2, or 3, no matter what they did. So I know that that's where I want to go, is to the Tron, but that will be my bike of choice for everything. And I'm hoping that will help correct a lot of that, but I'm still 6 months away from that. At the rate I'm going, unless I increase my push out, I think I'm at 75,000 meters. So I still have 75,000 feet. So I still have another 90,000 feet to go to get to that bike. And those are not easy feats to come by. But I think I'm close to halfway through to the next bike. Almost halfway. As you see here, I'm in 23rd, and I just don't want to come in last. There's 2.3 miles left. I'm tired. My legs are exhausted. And in my head, I'm just tired of complaining to myself about it. I just got to push through. And I'm trying to keep it up, but my wattage is down to 250. My pedals are down to 60. My heart rate is a little lower than normal. A little lower where I normally have it. It's about where I have it at. I'm basically riding at cruise speed. I'm thinking on the other side of this bridge. I haven't rode this route in a long time. I think I rode it one time before with this bike set up. And I know it because it has like the Aztec symbols, the Aztec-like symbols and things. And I knew this race wasn't gonna be good. This race wasn't my friend. This race was gonna be an enemy of me for the rest of the day. So my goal was just to get through this race, not to become in last. I see we have 29 people in it. I see the guy behind me at 24, and I get to the other side and it's more gravel and sand, and I cannot put no more power into it like I want to. You even see my wattage down to 200. My legs are true jello now. And that's why I say one of the consequences of what I did yesterday was on Friday I raced them races and I still rode a long ride. I think I should have rested them a little bit longer to pull it off, but who knows? I might have still been that way today. It was a lot hotter. I think this was one of the hottest days of the year, and even though my room is and I have my little pain cave with the fan and stuff, I was exhausted. I was covered in sweat, soaked to the floor, and I was just trying to pull through this thing. Like I say, when I was in number 1 spot, I admit it. I was in survival. This mode was just to get through. I had 4 races to do today. I had 1, 2, place, I want to say 14th in one, the third one, and my goal here was not to come in last. And so I was pushing it, and sometimes I can tell when people have a better bike than what I have when I ride, because I see them come by and the bike looks like a mountain bike, and I'm not riding a mountain bike, and I need to find a nice, that's what it is, I need to find a nice mountain bike for this. And I think that significantly would help me out a lot. I still don't think gravel's gonna be my friend, because whatever the calculations they do are pretty much accurate. Don't get me wrong, their calculations are pretty good, and I think that for what, even with a gravel bike, I will do a lot better. Wider tires, better grip, all of that. I gotta know when to switch to that bike and when not to, because if I ride that bike on concrete, I'm gone. On asphalt, I'm gonna feel it. So that's why I kind of want to wait, but I need one. I need a bike I can switch to now that is more of just a trail bike. That's what it is. I need a trail bike, something that will give me the ability to sustain up with everyone else. And with the power I'm putting out, I should actually elevate. Next week, I will have a trail bike that I ride for one of these trails. I just got to know which one they are, and I'm gonna foresight. I'm gonna look ahead and see what the races are, so I could be better prepared for them. I'm excited to get to the end of this race soon, but I tell you, it was just me trying to ride through this race. It was just me trying to make it. There's no other way around it. This is all I'm trying to do is make it to the end of this race and get it over with. This is the fourth one. I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna go upstairs and take me a nap, take a shower, and take a nap, and get it up, get this day over. But this is 5 o'clock here in Georgia that I'm doing this race at. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and this is the saddest race in the world, because for big guys, gravel and sand is not made for it. They're not our friend. We're mortal enemies. And I'm gonna let all y'all know that from every time you ever talk to me, we ever talked about sand, you're in the group chat and you bring up sand, you're my enemy. Sand to me, it's like somebody putting sugar in their grits. If you're a southern guy, you don't put sugar in your grits. Just something you just don't do. You know, sugar grit people need to be walked outside and let go. Just sit them in the wilderness. You don't put sugar in grits. And that's the same way sand is for me. You know, it's something you just don't put a big guy in. You don't put him in sand, and you don't put him in gravel. The game should know. So, with that, I'm just going to try to close this race out. I'm in 25th place, it's 29. I don't want to come in last like I mentioned earlier, and I'm just trying to ride this race out. I'm just trying to get to the end. We got 9 minutes and 56 seconds in, and I know that I'm on the seventh, eighth of a mile, 0.7 miles away from the end of the race, so I'm trying to push through. I see the last guy, he's riding. The guy behind me is riding. He's 56 seconds behind me. And I'm thinking to myself, if I can just maintain some, but I'm down into the 160s at 50 pedals per minute. I am exhausted. I think total this week I got in 100-some miles. So that may be one of the issues too. I extended myself a little bit because my goal is 300 miles a month. And I think I'm only going to get about 225 this month, 220, somewhere in there. And that's because I missed a couple of days. And then with the races, I get tired and only do 10 or 12 miles that day. And when I'm used to doing way more than that. And that can be a part of it too. But I'm at half a mile to go, and I'm just trying to push through. I'm trying to speed myself back up. But each time you see me push up, I come back down. My pedal strokes are not that high. I'm just tired. I'm sorry to say it like that, and I just want to encourage people that even though you're tired, don't quit. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna finish this thing up. The easy way out is to quit. The easy way out is to give up on it, to get frustrated by it, but don't let that overtake you. Just keep riding. Look forward to the adventure of just riding. Like I told you, I did the second race yesterday. I just rode it and started noticing things around me. That's normally when I'm doing a nice light cruise ride, but this one, this ride wasn't set up for me. I take pride in the idea that at least I can come in 24th. I didn't fall back to 25th. I'm not last. Find little things in these races to make the race feel more personal. This race for me the personal part was not to quit. That's the easy part. That's the part that makes these things different. Great people, you know, they make mistakes. They do things different. They do not do great at all things. But for the most part, anybody who tries to do something, they may fail, but if you really want it, you don't quit. So don't quit. You don't quit on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Stay competitive with yourself. And like I said, I see the end of this coming up, and I think the guy who was way behind me is like right next to me now. He may be close to me, but I may be wrong. No, that was just me. So as they come to the end, pushed through it. I'm very proud of myself today that I pushed through this last one. If you would, like and subscribe. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Make it so that you can do this. Anyone can do this. We all can achieve what we're trying to have in these races. So I look forward to seeing y'all next week. And if you can, catch the 5 o'clock in the morning Swift Insider. It should be the first one of the day. Do that, and I will see you there. Uh, Please like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.